Hello everyone, and thank you for coming back to yet another episode of The Gloving Paradigm. I am your host, Peter aka LPD Dubuque, and this week, it's going to be a very fun week because I asked the silly question of what you get a Glover for Christmas, and if you already have something that they suggested, what else do you suggest, and what kind of cool toys and tools do you get for a Glover during the Christmas season, or any part of the holiday season. And you guys answered. First things first, I do know that when I posted that question, I didn't see that my phone decided to spell Christmas with an O instead of an I, and a lot of people really ran off with that one. I really felt dumb when that happened, so I really do hope you guys enjoyed that little mishap and got to poke fun at me, because I'm totally fine with that. I thought it was hilarious when it was pointed out to me. And I was laughing really, really hard reading through those comments. It was hilarious because everyone was just like, Crossmas, what is that? I'm just like, oh god, I spelled the word wrong. Oh my goodness, it's good stuff. I'm sorry. It was just hilarious stuff. So, of course, you guys do know that I love it when you guys make fun of me like that. It's just hilarious. I find it so funny. It's so refreshing to just see people, keep it lighthearted, in my opinion. So, of course, what is this episode about? It's pretty much just, what do you get Glovers for the holiday seasons? First thing, everyone's probably already sitting there thinking, well, if they don't have a glove set yet, might as well just get them a glove set. Which I totally agree. If you know somebody who wants to get into gloving, you go get, the first thing you should get them is a glove set. Now, I do have plenty of episodes so you guys can go check out. I do have the Gloving on a Budget episode that went over a ton of different companies and a ton of different products and tons and tons of different price ranges that you can choose from that will allow you to help you find a good, respectable payment to get that person a glove set. My recommendations is you can also check out my reviews, my chip analysis archive reviews, like the ones on the Chroma controls and the ones I just did recently on the Ions. Those are two perfectly great episodes that you guys can check out and kind of have your deduction on whether or not those are the type of chips you want to get that said person. But what if they already have a glove set? Well, the next thing I know a lot of people are probably going to tell you is get them batteries and whites, which I will totally agree with. So one thing that we all know as glovers that we need the most are batteries and whites. Fresh whites, nice and packed, all ready to go anytime that they need it. If if you're going to get something that's going to last us a good while, get us those. Those are the things that we need the most. Between the lights themselves and the batteries and the whites, that's pretty much the biggest priorities in terms of what you should get a Glover. Of course, somebody did comment on one of my posts and tell me that Amazing Lights is having a combo pack sale of 100 batteries and 6 pair of whites for about $20. You did say that it was $11 on Cyber Monday. Of course, that has passed, but that is totally fine. If you're just trying to get somebody a nice little refresh pack, this is a perfect product to buy for them. The only thing I do recommend that if you're going to do this, be sure to double check to see what kind of battery size they actually need, because certain batteries, certain lights take 1620s, other ones take like 1225s. So definitely make sure you're checking on that before you make the purchase, because I will certainly tell you from my own personal experience, my mom not knowing what kind of batteries I actually need and didn't even think about asking me what kind of batteries I need, ordered me the wrong batteries. Okay, so do not let that happen. I will certainly tell you, it was way back in the day during the early days of gloving for me, when it was like iNovas were like the premier thing, and I told my mom I wanted 2016s and she got me 2032s. Granted, they were able to use 2032s in those, but they weren't as bright because they didn't have a lot of power as opposed to two 2016s. I'm not going to get into that right now, but just definitely make sure you're checking that, because that has happened to me and it really has a kind of a bitter taste in somebody's mouth when that actually happens. So just be sure you're checking on that. That's just my suggestion. Of course, another thing a lot of people have been suggesting is getting them a camera. A lot of people have suggested GoPros. I totally agree with that, because it's a very durable camera. It shoots in great quality, and most of them already come built in with a wide angle lens effect of some sort, whether it be a fisheye or not. That always makes it super simple for a lot of people who are getting into gloving, especially if they're relatively new, that you give them a piece of equipment that kind of doesn't need a whole lot of setup to deal with. That's been one of my biggest suggestions. Now, I'll tell you for me, I found myself being comfortable using my phone and using the little clip-on lenses that I've acquired over the years. I've actually acquired a really good one recently. So I know I've been wanting to test that out a little bit more, and hopefully soon I'll be able to do that. But if you're somebody who's just like, well, they do use their phone a lot to record, maybe getting them one of those clip-on lenses is always a good thing. I certainly enjoyed my time with it. It does save a lot of money for a lot of people. I know I always try to keep the budget conscious people in mind, because I'm one of those type of people who's always very budget conscious. So that being said, if you don't want to go spend $150 on a camera, but you know they use their phone a lot, try getting one of those clip-on lenses. Those tend to, kind of make it easier for people. I know Walmart sells them like super cheap. I think the last time I ever saw them being sold at Walmart was like $8. You can maybe splurge a little bit more if you find higher quality ones. I know I saw one for about $60 for a really cool set of them. Of course, you get one major clip that can clip on the phone, and then you get a set of lenses that go with it. I definitely recommend doing that if you kind of just want to be a little bit more budget conscious and actually kind of just help them out in that regard. Another huge suggestion a lot of people were saying was stash boxers. I will agree. If you're going to go to a festival that you know that they don't really allow gloves in and you want to sneak them in, definitely get them a pair of stash boxers or a couple of pairs. I would recommend getting them a couple of pairs because, if they're a very, very frequent festival goer, you might want to give them a few pairs instead of just one. That's just my personal take on that, so do as you wish. And of course, another huge suggestion was LED strips. Any lighting equipment that isn't super expensive. You don't need to light up the room like a stage immediately. But a lot of people were telling me that they got these really cool laser projections that really help improve the background of their videos, and it makes it look super cool. I definitely agree with that. I even have my own laser projector. I have my own little disco light thing going up on the top of my roof. I got all that stuff going on for my stuff. So those are always highly recommended in my opinion as well, because it just, I know I'm going to do an episode on it soon, and very soon, and it's, the whole lighting for, recording a video. I will definitely get into that here pretty soon. I know that's something I need to cover, but, things like that, a Glover is definitely going to want, because it definitely kind of helps spice up what's going on in the background of their video, and it's not just them in pitch darkness. A lot of people don't like seeing pitch black videos, and I totally understand, and at the same time don't, but that's just me. Anyways, I'm pretty much digressing on that part. So yes, get them like LED strips so they can line it up in the corners of their roof and stuff, so they actually, add a nice little ambiance in their video. Or you can get them some really cool laser projections and stuff like that. That's something always welcome to a Glover, especially in my case, because I love that stuff. Now, one person in particular did suggest checking out this place called Wyld Things, spelled with a Y. And they have some really cool stuff. I will have the link to that in this episode's description. Thank you to Mr. Drummer who posted that comment. Thank you for sending me that link. I will definitely make sure that it's on there. Hopefully that will bring a lot of business to them through that. I really try to want to help businesses like that without them really having to be feeling like they obligated to ask me. I kind of just want to do that, So definitely check out that link below for Wyld Things. I will definitely have that marked off for you guys. So one of the many things, a lot of other people were talking about just getting them some really cool merchandise from, whether it's one of the light companies or whatever the case may be. That's totally fine as well. I will definitely suggest that if you go with the GoPro, definitely, look around and see what would work best to fit for that person, whatever the case may be. But, there's a lot of things you can get a Glover nowadays. You can get them a glove set. If they already have a glove set, maybe give them a different one from a different company. I always like that idea. Always getting them replacement batteries and whites is always going to be something that they will take and be eternally grateful for you, because that's one of those things that we hoard. Getting them accessories like LED strips, disco light bulbs, laser projections, fog machines if that's what they really want to do. Whatever the case may be, you have plenty of options that you can choose from. And I know it's been kind of crazy to think about it, but there's plenty of things. So I honestly would suggest that if you know your Glover friend very well, you should pretty much have a good idea what you should get them. But if you are pretty much at a loss and don't really want to spend a whole lot of money, just get them some extra batteries and whites. No one will ever go wrong with that, in my opinion, for a Glover. So that's pretty much all for my episode for this week. I know it's a rather short one, but that's totally fine. I do just want to let you guys know that, I did the giveaway. I know I'm going to post on the day of the 14th who wins. At the time of this recording is the 13th, so the next day is when people are going to find out. So please, to the winner of the giveaway, congratulations, you're very awesome. I will definitely make sure to get that out to you as soon as possible. If you haven't sent me your information to send it to you, please do so very, 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 very quickly, because I want to get them out there so when they're mailed, they're at least at your house before Christmas, so you can at least enjoy your new Ions on Christmas Day with your family. That is just something I would like to do. So once again, I'd like to thank everybody who did participate in that giveaway. It was actually great. I didn't realize that it was going to end up the way that it did, so hopefully when I do another giveaway again, it probably actually will draw a lot more attention and things will actually start happening. I'm hoping within the future I can actually do like a monthly giveaway, because that's I will certainly say this giveaway has been a lot of fun for me, and I would like to do more of it. It's something I would want my podcast to be doing a little bit more, is actually giving back to the community a lot more. So I am working on stuff like that and trying to figure out how I'm going to go about that. I do want to thank everybody who's liked the page so far. I just passed my 200 mark. I know I need to do my Ask Me Anything. I'm just going to have to figure out with my schedule, with work, when I can do that comfortably and hopefully get through that. It's been a little crazy, so hopefully, you guys aren't going to have to wait too long. But there might be a possibility where you guys are going to have to wait until like maybe after New Year's. I don't know yet. We're going to make it work, though. I'm going to make it work where you guys get to poke and prod me and have fun for the kicks and giggles. That's something I would just want to do. It was a lot of fun last time, and I want to do it again. So thank you to everybody who has liked the page, who's enjoyed the content so far. You guys are absolutely amazing. It has been such a crazy year for me when it came to this show, and I'm so glad that I can continue doing this show for you guys, because it's just so goddamn fun for me to do. I love it. I love doing this stuff for you guys. It's absolutely fun, and I love it when you guys engage with me on these questions. So, of course, if you guys have any questions that weren't covered in this episode, you can definitely ask me in various outlets. Of course, I do have a Facebook page, which is aptly named The Gloving Paradigm. You can always hit me up on there. I'm always on there. Don't worry about that. Of course, I do have an email, which is muttonchopguy@gmail.com. And of course, I am on Reddit under the username muttonchopguy. So if you're on Reddit, you can find me there as well. I definitely enjoy my time on Reddit as well, because you guys are great. And of course, I do have a Discord server that you guys can always join in on for free, and I'll have that link in this episode's description as well, so do not hesitate to go check that out. But yes, that is pretty much all for my episode this week. I do want to thank everybody, even if you're not a person who's liked the page, but avidly listens to my podcast. Thank you so much for listening. If it wasn't for you, it probably wouldn't be as far as I am on this. But I'm very glad to have your silent support. I'm gotten accustomed to the idea that I do have a lot of lurkers who will listen but never ever comment or interact with me, and that's totally fine. I do appreciate you at least listening. So I hope you guys have a wonderful holiday season. I hope I have one as well. But that is all for my episode. I am your host, Peter, aka LPD8 Dubuque, and I'll see you guys all next week.